I am so glad that you decided to come to another session and learn more about life, health, and men's reproduction. And today we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people just don't believe. They just haven't been trained for it. And that's there's cures out here for a lot of the disease states that the American Medical Association says no to. And how do I know this? Well, I've been studying medicine. I've been in the medical field for over 10 years, and I got out of it, and I made a lot of money doing other things. And I'm now back into it, but more importantly is that during that journey, I found clients that had cancer, and they went to Mexico because that's the only place that they could get the treatment. And they did a thing called high plasma pH, and it's also called alkalosis. Now, it was medically induced in Mexico, and they went through it for a period of 30 days, and their cancer disappeared. And the reason is that cancer can't survive in a alkaline pH. And we're not talking excessive. We're talking just, 0.01, 0.02 above what the current acidic rate is. So we're not talking extremes here. No. I will not do extremes because that is just not who I am. And then, I also had another client who decided that they had cancer, and they went to an herbologist that's out in New Mexico, and the herbologist prescribed a bunch of herbs for them. And while they were taking those herbs, they got very, very, very sick. And their body just was in all kinds of terror and horror, and it was not pleasant for 4 weeks, 6 weeks. And then what happened is that individual got well. No sign of cancer. All gone. And they were supposed to take a maintenance of herbs over another period of time, another 6 months. But they decided, hey, I'm cured. And hey, I don't need to spend the money. And hey, I'm cured, so I'm not going to do it. Well, guess what? 2 years later, they got the cancer again. And what happened was, they made the conscious decision that they were going to die rather than go through all of that again. So I need to parallel something. That, this individual for 4 to 6 weeks got really, really sick, and it was nasty. Radiation therapy, 3 to 6 months. Ongoing medicine that makes you feel terrible. Parkinson's, as soon as you take the drug, man, you don't feel very good for a long period of time. Then when you start to feel better, whoop, you got to go get more medicine to make you feel horrible. So, I'm not going to compare and contrast like that because each has its positive and negative, and we just need to be able to choose it. And the big issue is that we need to be able to choose the cure. Yeah, we aren't typically designed or even think about being cured. You're treating the symptoms, and the symptoms go away. Hey, I'm cured. That isn't how it works. The symptoms are your body's way to say, you need a wake-up call, and I'm fixing to give you one. The other problem is that the patient has to take responsibility and has to participate physically, mentally, and emotionally and spiritually and monetarily in order to be cured. And the patient has more of a effect on the cure than any of the treatments. Now, isn't that bizarre? So I understand, you understand that your role models never ever talked to you or even talked about how to cure diseases. They don't. That's not part of the subject matter over dinner or lunch. What happened is that due to great marketing and advertising, we put our faith in science. But wait. There are alternates to a lot of the medical community. And they're all coming out. Acupuncture, chiropractic. Chiropractic was developed in 1897. And it wasn't really starting to be recognized even by Medicare or Medicaid until the past few years. You know, Kabbalah healthcare has been around since the 1st century. Why is it still around? Because it works. Same way with Reiki healing. It's been around for a long, long time. Why is it still here? Because it works. So, you know, we have to understand that witch doctors and herbologists, the plants that they have been giving people for centuries, are the plants that the pharmaceutical company figured out the active ingredient and then started to develop pills around it. I can't tell you how many drugs have been found. You know, birth control. Who would have thought birth control would come from clover? Yeah, but they discovered it, I believe, in Ireland. You know, on that continent for sure. Well, the thing about it is we haven't really been trained to ask questions of the American Medical Association and understand that they're not going to be able to give you answers to alternative medicines and medical practices because they haven't been trained in it. They don't know. They haven't got the bandwidth. The reason that I have the bandwidth is I have the gift. And also, I enjoy learning, and I learn all kinds of stuff about healthcare. You know, so don't blame the American Medical Association because they don't know or they can't give you the information. You know, they're science-based. That's what they've studied. They haven't studied alternative medicines. You know, the symptoms, as I mentioned at the very beginning, are your body's reaction to a disease state. You know, an example is pollen, allergies. Well, pollen and allergies are just your body saying, yeah, something ain't right. Something ain't right. But if we were able to cure the allergies, we would have to rewire the current emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual state in order to be able to have that holistic thing take place called a cure. You know, when we make the conscious decision to be open to new treatments, new medical care, then what's going to happen is that we're going to learn that the body has magnetic fields, you know, magnetic resonance. They have electrical pulses. They have electrical resonance. They have low-level microwaves. Your body's producing this already. So all good alternative medical care does is tune into that, and then it finds out where that low blood flow is. And with those with erectile dysfunction, low blood flow is definitely a big thing. And when you have a stroke, that's definitely a blood flow. When you have a heart attack, that's blood flow. You know, there's blockages in the magnetic fields. There's electrical resistance. Wait a minute. Isn't that when they put that little cap thing that has the thingies all over it, and then they like read and map your mind when you take hallucinogens? Yeah, your brain is doing all that. And that's what Reiki and Kabbalah is all about. You know, when we find out that we have electrical losses, hey, we can fix that. We can fix that with different types of therapies. You know, and understand that electrical currents are flowing through your body, and that causes cramps, causes blood restrictions, heat buildup in tissues, trauma, disease. That's the bottom line. So, yeah, let's just get to the bottom line here. The cure. Your participation in your life, your participation in making a difference and demanding that you get well. Yeah, you know, stop the bubble machine. Start looking for alternate medical care. It's going to do you so much better. It's going to allow you to be invigorated, have vitality. Oh, it's going to change your life. Reality is there's lots of people like me out here doing this, and you can find one that you trust, have rapport with, or give me a call. Go ahead, make a comment. I want to thank you for coming. You have an absolutely incredible day.